Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled for you on this full moon in Leo, the Seven of Swords. This is describing some kind of deception, loss, thievery, dishonesty that you have recently encountered that has shown you the way in which you have been deluded about something for a very long time. I don't think that this is completely news for you, because the sense here is that you have an opportunity to right now to look at something that you separated from a while ago. You believed you had separated from, but some recent incident makes you understand that you actually were still deeply attached in some way or another, and it may have been out of your control. But the depth of the deceit that you experience, the deception, rests in some way on your own delusions, your own beliefs in false assumptions that you made, your own giving your power away to someone that you knew couldn't really handle it in a way that aligned with your values or beliefs, or even your own best interests. And this has been hard, but it is part of a learning curve for you, or part of a healing experience in casting this off, in deeply closing out a number of cycles that began a while ago that you are being liberated from at this particular time. But it has brought you back into contact with some of the circumstances or relationships that surrounded something that hurt you very deeply and caused you a lot of loss. This is a general reading, Sagittarius. It is not likely to resonate for all of you. However, if you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. And welcome to all of you that are new and familiar with me. I appreciate you spending time with me. So I pulled the Hangman for your presence. In the present moment, you are using this awareness of this betrayal that you experienced to step back, to reevaluate or review the past that involved a series of events that were associated with this clear awareness, almost like a closure. And it's a painful closure because you've had to let go of perhaps anger, resentment, bitterness that you have held on for a long time. And this ability now to release this is giving you unexpected peace and unexpected liberation. You're transcending this situation. As I said, this was a major difficulty in your life, major challenges, numerous challenges were embedded in this. And this can be anything from a marriage that you long ago separated from, perhaps you've been divorced for a long time, or a partner that has had an experience that has brought you back to your association in a way that helps you realize that you were only part way in really releasing this, turning this over to the universe, forgiving yourself as well as those involved. Because for many of you Sagittarians, you already forgave everybody in the situation. And you still hold on to that forgiveness because you knew that not forgiving would hurt you. And so moving forward with positive intention, you've had to forgive and release a lot. However, you are understanding that in yet a more profound way, in ways that are now providing you additional limitation when you see how far you've come from that period of your life. In the past, the Ace of Swords, indeed. So this has been occurring, something that's been building up for the last several months, I would say since probably October of last year, about the time that Pluto was getting ready to move into Uranus, was still in Capricorn. There was news that began to bring this closure, this sudden event, or sudden, this event closer and closer to you in a way that you couldn't look away, you couldn't ignore, something that caught you by surprise and made you realize how deeply attached you had been to something that you now believe is no longer your truth, was no longer your justice, no longer appreciated or saw you for who you were. There may have even been untruths that were shared about you that were so blatantly untrue, but you were surprised that people would circulate this about you as a way of justifying their own position. But that hurts you less, but it is surprising to you because it's only cemented the way that others suffered as well, even those that perpetrated something unfair towards you. The depth of their suffering, the depth of their pain is something that has taken you aback and again made you grateful for the separation that you were able to achieve some time ago, and to understand that this is really the final severing of this situation, the final letting go for you, the final forgiveness, so that you can release these energies to their rightful place, wherever that is. In the future, the Eight of Pentacles is all about your awareness that you have to keep on growing and developing who you are. You're valuing your independence, your sense of discipline, your belief and faith that you could work towards something else in your life that was more suitable for you, more closely aligned with who you are. And this has allowed you to reevaluate and revalue your own gifts, your own efforts, your energy, your discipline, your hard work, your willingness to be there for others. And there's some significant other that is involved in this. It can be a child, it can be a spouse, it can be a parent, a relative, it can be the work that you do, particularly for those of you that are serving others in some way, that willingness to be present, to show up every day, and to understand that this is making you a better person, that this is allowing you to share your gifts in a way that is significant instead of wanting things. You know that you're here to give things. And this is one of the big game changers for many of you. If this reading is resonating for you, please like this video. Please share this with others if you're so inclined, and please subscribe to my channel if you're so moved. I always enjoy your thoughts and kindness, and the card I pulled is forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. As I said, this is something that I do believe you've done. I do think temperamentally it's hard for Sagittarians to hold on to bitter, angry feelings because you're very in tune with what it does for you. It keeps you from being hopeful, optimistic, and positive, and that's your go-to. That's your instinctual forward energy. But I also think that there's a way in which you're hard on yourself and not truly and deeply forgiving yourself for having been a part of something that so thoroughly betrayed you or undermined you, that contributed to some significant loss in your life, and that really hurt you on a personal level. So this is really about cleansing of that, almost a detoxification, and your clarity that the purer you can exist, and that is in releasing this kind of toxicity from your life, the more available you are to share your gifts in a truly joyful way that reflects your inner soul, your heart. I'm going to clarify the Hanged One with the Tower and the Six of Wands. So, it's interesting because the Tower is almost like you have succeeded in opening up, welcoming the energy of the Tower. You have prepared for this. You have been aware that this is the next step in your process of closing out something that really hurt you. And by opening up to the collapse of something, the ruin of something, the falling apart of something, or the inability of something to serve you any longer, you have really prepared yourself for your next step, what you see as the alternative, and that is your commitment to the team, your commitment to the growth of community, family, world goals. You see yourself as a part of what makes the world better and willing to work for that. This is what's giving you the regard from others that you so enjoy, you so admire. This is finding your place of belonging by being the spokesperson for an organization, ideas, efforts that you're a part of. You are anxious to spread the word about this alternative that you're a part of. And you've stepped into the place, the new world, what I call a whole panoply of ideas, efforts, consciousness that represent the world as being sufficiently abundant for everyone to experience that. In the past, the Ace of Swords is clarified by the Page of Swords and the Hanged One again. So this is a repeat for you. And it's interesting because it looks like in the past you've labored long and hard to figure out how to address this experience of ruin, catastrophe, loss, betrayal. You have solved it, coped with it, I believe, by allowing yourself to move on, by embracing an alternative or forgiving others. However, you were aware that that was just a band-aid that enabled you to move forward. In reality, you were trying to almost like a scratch away at something that had been covered up a long time, for such a long time, and that is your truth. You really had to experience a world without this situation, this relationship, whatever environment you were in, and really contemplate that, experience it, witness it in a way that helped you understand that the sacrifices you were making were to get to your truth, which was a way of getting to your justice, so that you were healing yourself by chipping away at your harmony, your balance in life. Something happened that was devastating, and you countered that in the best way you knew you were possible, but it really came from a place of understanding that you really didn't have in your arsenal all the tools to uh, be resilient, to truly heal from this. Yes, you were resilient, but healing from it took a whole lot more. And your willingness to understand that you just didn't know, your knowledge was limited as to how you recover, is really what helped you to open up gradually to simply understanding, allowing the wisdom to come through to you, pursuing what is true for you. That has been a major focus of the work that you've done on your healing journey. And in the future, the 10 or the 8 of Pentacles is clarified by the 9 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands, one of your cards. So yes, you now see yourself as whole and complete, in part as a result of this catastrophic betrayal that you experienced, whatever that was, however you identify it. But you now see that you are enough. Not only are you enough, that you recognize your gifts as helping you to shine, helping you to share what you know with others. And that's a big part of your gift, and that's a big part of your independence, your foundation for material independence comes perhaps from the way that you're able to teach, share, publish, organize, travel, facilitate conversations, skill sets, training with others. However you share your knowledge, it brings you stability. It brings you the cultivation of your gifts, your knowledge, your tools. I have a feeling that you're bringing together several of your gifts if you are so lucky. I mean, even if it's one gift that manifests its way in different areas, you're bringing those together in a way that helps you articulate this newer vision moving forward, this vision that talks about being enough. Knowing that everything you need is inside of you. And not only that, but that you're glowing, you're abundant, you're prosperous, you're shining. So I love that you now know you can power your own star. This is so beautiful for you, Sagittarius. I'm going to finish this reading with the Flora and Fauna Oracle of Africa. My homage to the motherland, my homage to Mother Earth. And I pulled the Lemur card, and the key word is friendship. Tap into your charming and cunning nature. Set out on an adventure that stimulates your senses. I see this as you moving out into the world to share your knowledge, to share your gifts. No longer feeling confined to your home, where so much healing, so much deep work has gone on for you, anchoring yourself into a beautiful home that is you have a lot of pride in, but you're preparing to move out of that in order to share, to make connections. This is about being your best friend. So thank you, Sagittarius, for this beautiful reading. If you've enjoyed this content, please check out the playlist or video that's attached for more content. Until next time, namaste.